I am Sue Webley. Welcome to another episode of Inspire. I swear every time I hear that intro, I just get hyped. Hey, y'all. I see y'all coming in. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Inspire. I see you coming in. Welcome those of you who are joining us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and on YouTube. I see you. Hey, Chuck Hunt. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. As you are coming in, just let me know where you are watching from, where you're joining us from. I know some of you are joining in from the West Coast. And listen, I told Joy before we went live that I said, I know that there's some people that love me. I know that I am loved because she's here bright and early after being out last night. And some of you are here from the West Coast. And so I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for joining and supporting. Hey, babe, Queen is on. Good morning. Listen, as you are coming in, please let me know where you are watching from, where you are joining us from. And do me a favor and share this broadcast this morning. Now, if you've just stumbled upon this broadcast, you don't know what the hell is going on, who the heck I am. I am Sue A. Webley. I am an author, entrepreneur, and an award-winning minister. And so Inspire is a live interview style broadcast that's on a mission to encourage, empower, and embolden individuals to create change in their personal lives, their communities, and in the world. And so as our guests, our entrepreneurs, our influencers, our creatives, and many others, as they share their testimonies, their tips and tools with us, we hope that you who are watching right now on social media, you who will listen later in the audio on our podcasting platforms, that you will be inspired to elevate your mindset, pursue your dreams, and to do as the late Dr. Katie Geneva Cannon put it so eloquently, the work your soul must have. I mentioned it before, but we are live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Instagram. And I'm going to ask you to do me a great big favor. I want you to connect, follow, like, and subscribe. Connect, follow, like, and subscribe. Now, when I first started this a little over 2 years ago, it was under Cara Solutions LLC. Cara Solutions is still here, still going strong, but I am building up the Inspire with Sue W platforms on Facebook and Instagram. So please do me a big favor and follow, like the page, follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. And you could also head over to our website at www.getinspired.live. There you can find out all about the show. You can find out about Inspire. You can watch past episodes. You can find out about me. And you can subscribe to our newsletter. There's some things that are going to be happening that's coming up with Inspire and the Inspire Network that we don't want you to miss out on. So please do a favor and head over there and subscribe today. Again, that's www.getinspired.live. You can also listen later on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and we are at Inspire with Sue on all of those platforms. So I hope y'all got something in your cup. I hope you have something in your cup this morning, y'all. I'm going to ask Joy again when she comes on. But in honor of Joy being here, I have got my Joy cup. I had the Joy Cup last week. I had to bring it back out because Joy is here. So I had to get the Joy Cup. And y'all know what I have in my cup. I got some coffee. I have the mushroom coffee that Dr. Renier introduced me to. If you want to know the name of it, it is fabulous. It is not Rise. But if you want to know the name of it, inbox me because they're not paying me advertising coins. Okay. So I'm not going to put the name out there. And so please, let me know what you're sipping on. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee while you let me know what you're sipping on. Is it coffee? Is it tea? Is it water? Is it juice? Listen, if you got a little something strong in your cup too, I'm not judging. Not judging whatsoever. What is in your cup this morning? Some of you have joined. Come on, Cafe Bustelo. Let me tell you something. If you want to go for a week, Dave Tony is drinking Cafe Bustelo. You want to go for, listen, if you don't want to sleep for a week, put some Cafe Bustelo in your cup. Cafe Bustelo is the truth. Krita is drinking water. Chunk, what are you drinking? What do you have in your cup this morning? Keep sharing, keep telling me what is in your cups. Now, listen, I'm so excited about our conversation today, and I don't want to belabor the time, as they say in the church. Let us not belabor the time. And I want to get Joy up here for our conversation. And I'm so excited that she said yes. Yes, we were sitting next to each other. We were at the TFAM Executive Leadership Conference, and we were sitting next to each other. And I was like, Joy, are you free on Saturday? Just like that. They ain't sent an email, nothing. She said yes. And right then and there, we set the date for today. And I'm so appreciative. Listen, I'm appreciative for every yes, but I'm just so excited to have Joy join us today. And so I'm going to read her bio and then I'm going to show just listen, she's doing the thing. Okay. She's doing the thing. It has been doing the thing since 2015. And so she's the CEO of Joi Rhone Presents, which is a cutting-edge event and artist management company providing hand-picked musicians and artists with holistic and forward-thinking management services in addition to event production and promotion. Joi was born in Berkeley and raised in Oakland and educated in the Bay Area. Holy Names High School, Bachelor's University of San Francisco, and got an MBA at the University of Phoenix. I hope I said that right. She's always had a love of music, and Joi Rhone Presents was officially born in 2015 after years of curating local events. Joi Rhone Presents has presented over 30 events since 2015 with over 90% sold out. Listen, her events sell out. Get up with joy, okay? Because her events sell out. Joi Rhone Presents currently manages jazz trio Brown, Sturgis, and Brown, gospel artist Nona Brown, R&B sensation Nate. I hope I said that right. Correct me when you get on if I didn't. The Soul Singer, and his creative agent for jazz artist Kayla Waters. Joi Rhone Presents has quickly gained a reputation as the next Bill. Is it Bill Graham Presents or Billy Graham Presents? It says Bill Graham, but you could correct me as well. And her focus is for everyone to experience excellence. Joi is also active in her community. She's a former board president of the Age Project of the East Bay, former treasurer and board member of City of Refuge United Church of Christ. Woo woo! Shout out CORE! Shout out City of Refuge! Former vice president and co-chair of the Board of Living Jazz, an organization dedicated to providing music in the schools to underserved communities. And Joi's passion is to expose all types of music to people from all walks of life. Music can truly heal. That it can, Joi, that it can. Joi has been a member of this San Francisco chapter of the Recording Academy since 2017 and was recently elected to the board. That is indeed an honor. Joi Rhone Presents continues to expand its services and recently landed a placement in the Lifetime movie Seven Deadly Sins for her group under management, Brown, Sturgis, and Brown. And so it says launching soon will be the podcast Joy in the Morning. I'm looking forward to that Join the morning, all while expanding the artist management, booking, and event management arm. I'm so excited to welcome Joy to us. So as we prepare to meet her, let's take a look at all of the events. I think I captured all of them, all of the events that she has had since her beginnings in 2015. Now we're going to start from 2024 and move and go all the way back. Let's prepare to meet Joy.
Woo!
Did that take you down memory lane?
Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
What
Yeah,
are you feeling right now, Joy?
I'm speechless. Wow. What a journey. Thank you for putting that together. I need that. I need that highlight reel.
Yes, I will send it to you. I will send it to you.
Wow. Wow. What a
Yeah,
blessing.
yeah.
What a blessing.
So let me tell
Hey,
you
Sue.
something. That happened this morning. Like I was just like, okay, I don't have, I was like, oh, let me go to a website. So literally at 8 something this morning, my time, I was just like downloading all
Wow.
the pictures from the I was like, let me find some upbeat jazz music. And I like literally
Wow.
before I signed on,
Wow.
I was like, yeah,
Wow.
let's do this because
And
people ought to
now I have to
see.
go. Now I have to go to the website because probably uh 90% of the sold out ones aren't on there. So I need to go in and put the sold out marker on it. So it's like, okay, got work to do. So I got to do that. But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're
that.
very welcome. How
Thank
are
you for
you,
the invitation.
Joy? Oh my
This is
God.
amazing. This is amazing.
I'm so happy to have you here. And
I'm
I
so
know
happy to be here.
again, listen, what are you sipping on this morning?
Well, I got my coffee with oat milk creamer.
Oh,
So,
okay. So I
yes.
use almond creamer. I think I what
Okay.
kind of what well, we're not gonna say the brand because we're not getting advertising coins, okay? So
Well, we
so
need
you can tell me
you
what
need to
kind
get
of
some
oat milk
advertising
creamer you
coins. You need to get some advertising coins. So
Yes, yes.
we're gonna speak that into existence. You're gonna get some advertising coins.
Look, come
Yeah.
on, advertisement coins, because I
Yes, you're
really
gonna get
I have
some.
really big dreams for Inspire, and listen, I'm trying to go global. So
You are you no not you're
I'm
not
trying
gonna
to be
try to
on
go
people's
global.
TVs. I want people to
You
turn to have a channel to go to.
You're not gonna try to be global. You are gonna be global. So
Come
we're
on.
gonna speak
Listen,
that into existence.
I
We're
receive it all.
hey, what does the word say? Where two or more are gathered, touching and agreeing.
Come on, touch and agree with
So,
Joy and I, y'all. I see y'all.
so it
Y'all
is
come on,
done.
touch and
So it is
agree in the
done.
chat. Oh, Quita said I'm already global. Yes, yes, I'm already global. I wanna. There's so
See,
many things, so many ideas that I have, and so yeah. Anyone that says yes to come and hang out with me on a Saturday morning where they could be sleeping, I'm surely appreciative, and
oh,
yes, in honor of you today.
I
I
love
had
it. I love it.
I
I
had to bring
love
out
it.
the joke.
I
Now,
love
now,
it.
now. I will say this, y'all who are watching, you might catch this in the replay and listen later. If you want me to have your cup on here, send it to me because I love a good cup and I will drink out of it on air. So send me that cup.
Amen.
So Joy, before we even get into our conversation today, you sent me a picture. I'm gonna add it
Mm,
to the stage right now. This is
yeah.
tell me about this photo.
So that's my mother. And she was determined to volunteer for Obama for his first run because she had said that, in her lifetime, she never would have thought she would have seen a black president.
Mm-hmm.
So she was determined to volunteer. She was out there in Texarkana, Texas, where she lived, volunteering, walking the precincts, volunteering for the phone banks, just all of that.
Yeah.
And so that was a few months before the election. And my mother lived to see him be elected, but passed 5 days after he was elected.
Mm, mm.
So, in all of this that's happening with Kamala and everything, I keep referring back to this picture. And it's very timely that today would have been her 90th birthday. So I
Oh,
wanted to
happy
at least um, to lift her up, and to and someone said, I think it was Dr. Marsha Foster, said responded to one of my posts that legacy matters, and it
Mhm,
does. It
mhm.
does. So
Yes, yes, yes.
that's my mama, Joyce Rhone.
Oh, so Joyce Rhone, we call your name.
Yes, yes,
Joyce Rhone, we call your name. And so we're so grateful for this photo, right? Because it is
yes,
it is it's such a reminder that she was able to see that happen. This
yes,
amazing event that many of us thought
yes.
we'd never see in
We will
our
never
life.
see, never
Yeah.
see, never see, never see.
So
Yes.
and now we get ready to have. Listen, now we get ready to have a black woman. And listen,
Hey,
now when I say
yeah.
the
All I'm gonna say
celebration
is,
will be the land, the celebration goes.
yes, yes, yes. And all I will say, because we're not gonna deep dive into the politics
Yes.
part of it, is just, if you're not registered to vote, register to vote. If
Yeah.
you're registered to vote, vote.
Yeah.
So, we all, and votes for KH. but but
We want you to
vote
vote
your
your
vote
conscience, but
vote your
vote for
heart,
Kevin.
yeah. Vote your heart,
Yeah.
vote your conscience.
Yeah.
But vote, and make that a priority, and make that a focus.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
people keep saying, and I know it probably sounds very trite, but vote like your life depends on it, because our lives really do depend on this election. So,
Yes.
um, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
This is
That's
yeah.
that's
This
a
is
whole nother
serious.
show. That's a
That's a
whole
whole
nother show.
nother show.
That's a whole
And
nother
so
show.
yeah, we will definitely have maybe a panel or something just to, as we get closer to the
Yeah,
election, maybe
yeah,
that day, right? Just to have people
yeah.
come on and
Wow.
talk about it. So yeah, thank you for
Yes.
that. Okay, so I see the musicians on this. Be prepared. Amen.
Okay. Amen. I love it. I love it.
Be
I love it.
prepared to come on and do some celebrating and put some good energy, some good prayers, some good
Amen.
energy into the campaign. It really
Amen.
does. It really does depend. Our lives really does depend on what
Yes.
happens this year.
Yes.
So tell
Yes.
us more, Joy, about Joy Rome Presents. What inspired you to create
Yeah,
this?
so I'm from the Bay Area. I'm specifically born in Berkeley, raised in Oakland. So, the Bay Area is the metropolis and hub of music. We have some of
Mhm,
the most amazing musicians who have come out of the Bay Area. And early on in my, young years, I was always listening to music. My parents were, just music phenoms. So you always had some Nancy Wilson or, Bobby Blue Bland or somebody in the
mhm,
8 track in the cars. So was always, infused with music and introduced to music. And as I ventured into my adult years, really started thinking about how can I really do some different kind of events, and so started curating pop-up events, but
mhm,
nothing really focused, more dance events, more house events, house music events, but nothing really focused. And really started off with just a love for Yoshi's, which is a local jazz club here in Oakland,
mhm,
and wanting to book there. And it was hard because if you didn't have a track record, they weren't even talking to you. So I was really persistent. I kept sending the artistic director emails like, here I'm Joy Rhone. I'm curate local events. Really want to book a Yoshi's. And finally, the guy, after about a year, said, "Okay, I'll give you a Monday night." Which who does anything on a Monday night? But great, took it. And many of you probably know Gina Breedlove. She was the
mhm,
artist that we presented that night. Gina's amazing healer, artist, medicine woman, just amazing, and a friend of TFAM and City of Refuge.
mhm.
And so we presented her on a Monday night at Yoshi Sold Out, and the rest is history for Joy Rhone Presents. It took off. It took off from there.
Wow, wow, wow. And so since 2015, right?
Yeah.
You've had like all of your events combined, you've had a really impressive 90% sellout rate.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
what do
Yep.
you think has been the key to your success in this area?
Um, really, I mean, a couple of things. One, I think, which is really important, is the financial piece of it. I'm a stickler for a budget for every event. I start and back into how it's going to be successful,
Mhm,
and really drive towards that. So that's the first piece. The second piece is, I think you talked about it in the intro, kind of hand picking artists. I probably get to this day probably about 5 requests a month to
mm,
do a Joy Run Presents event. But, it's just every artist doesn't fit, um, for a number of reasons. And we can talk about that, but every artist
yeah,
doesn't fit. Um, and so really kind of handpick the artists that I present, and really do have a really, I think, solid marketing plan that I execute every event, and it works. It works.
yeah,
If the artists do what I tell them to do, we sell out the shows. So it
mhm.
has been a successful formula for almost, I don't even want to count the numbers, but yeah, many years, many years.
So tell us more about like the process, because not every artist gets picked. So what goes into choosing an artist to work that you want to
So,
work
I always tell an artist that I can't want the event more than you want the event.
with? Yeah.
You know, I'm the curator, the promoter, and I'm gonna definitely help you get butts and seats. But you gotta want to have butts and seats.
Yeah.
So what I look for is artists who are really engaged in their journey, meaning that they really have a very organic connection with their audience. They're really, now, particularly, really active social media wise,
Hmm.
because I mean, radio, except for internet radio, is no longer.
Right.
So advertising on your local radio station. I mean, I've looked at the numbers; doesn't really pay off. So you
Yeah.
have to where you're going to reach people is organically through your social media contacts and your
Hmm.
mailing list. I mean, that's really
Yeah.
it. So the three things are, social media, your mailing list, and then Joy Rhone presents exposure. That's
Hmm.
what gets us to a sellout show. And so, you have some artists, and then, shade, that's not really their energy. I mean, they're like, I just want you to book the show, and I don't want to do anything except show up that night. Well, unless you're Beyonce or Diana Ross, like I went to see last night, um, that's gonna be a hard push up the hill. So
Yeah.
I look for that, and then also a connection. I can honestly
Mhm.
say that all the artists that I presented, I love them as people. They're not jerks. We
Mhm.
have the same kind of philosophy around the world. So I love them as people. So that's important too.
Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing. If you're just joining us, I'm talking with the phenomenal Joy Rhone of Joy Rhone Presents. And so, welcome, welcome those of you who have joined us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and our Instagram. If you have a question for Joy, please post it. I will be sure to make sure that she's able to answer it before we end today. And if you're catching this in the replay and you have a question, inbox. You can inbox me, and we'll also be posting Joy's contact information if you need to contact Joy directly. So you manage, you have a diverse roster
Mhm. Mhm.
of artists
Mhm.
from jazz
Mhm.
to gospel to
Mhm.
R&B. So how do you tailor your management approach to support each artist's unique needs and their specific talent?
They're all very different. They're all
Mhm.
very different. And it's a artist by artist focus. They're all very different. I mean, Kayla, who was the latest person who don't manage her, I'm her creative director, which means I do all her bookings.
Yeah.
And so my relationship with her is all her bookings. So somebody does an inquiry, it gets lobbed across the fence to me, and then I handle that from start to finish.
Mhm.
So very different with um, uh, versus Brown Sturgis and Brown, where I manage them, do their bookings. Sometimes, is their mother, in terms of let's get this done. What are we doing? So all of that. So it's a very different approach to each artist, depending on what they need. And
Mhm.
I think that's the beauty of it. There's not a cookie cutter approach to interacting with them or managing them or booking for them. It's all
Yeah.
based on the needs of the artist. And I think
Yeah.
that's the beauty of Joy Rhone Presents. We don't have a cookie cutter approach to it. It's like, okay, what are your
Mhm.
needs? Let's sit down and talk about it, and let's figure out a way to move forward. And I think
Yeah.
that it has been successful and it has worked. It has worked. And so I'm continue as Joy Rhone Presents continues to build. I'm going to continue to keep that same approach, and just
Yes. Yes.
add more people, add more artists, do more things, and expand it, like you said.
Yeah. 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 Thank you for sharing. We have a question that was since it's relevant to where we are right now in our conversation. Aquita asks,
Yeah.
"What are some things we as artists should look for when it comes to management?"
Mm. Um, so your first thing is connection. You need to have a connection with whoever you're wanting to manage. I mean, they need to be um, similar to your personality. I mean, I can't tell you how many artists I've met and their managers are just mean, but the
Mm,
artist is not mean. The artist
right.
not. I know them. They're not mean, but their management and their handlers are. Um, and so the first thing I would say is a connection.
Mhm.
Second is do your homework. How successful have they been? You know, um, are they managing artists in the genre that you're in? And that's not a deal breaker, but that just means that they're going to come to the table with some experience around what it's going to take to manage you and put you into the forefront.
Yeah.
So those are the things I would look for. And then I think too, the other piece is business acumen. I keep reinforcing that in terms of um, making sure that you have the business acumen to do management and do events. It's not just as simple as booking something and then doing a show. There's a whole lot of in the background that should go into, okay, let's create a budget.
Mhm.
What's the ticket price going to be? What's the how many people does the venue hold? Okay, let's kind of formula that into, okay, if we sell 70% tickets, what does that look like? If we sell 80% tickets, what does that look like? We sell 90%. So that there are no surprises at the end of the evening of an event. There are no surprises. Everybody's getting paid, which is, that's always a challenge sometimes. But if you have a budget that you're driving to, there should be no surprises. So I think, the answer to go back to her question, management, what you should look for is, I really think, business acumen, how they're operating in the world. Um, Whether or not they have experience in your genre, and whether or not that's a deal breaker for you. It may not be. You may want to engage with a manager just because you all have a connection. They don't really have any expertise in that genre, but you
Mhm.
just have to know then that it's going to be a learning curve for that person, if
Yeah.
in terms of the management for you. So those are the things I would look for.
Thank you. Thank you for responding to that question, Joy.
Sure.
So I read in your bio earlier that you've also been involved in community, right? You also do work in
Mhm.
community. Can you share a little bit more about that and how it has influenced your approach to artist engagement and management?
Yeah, so I've been involved in community for some time. Yeah, I think first initially with AIDS Project of the East Bay, and it was near and dear to my heart. My older brother passed away from AIDS many
Mhm.
years ago, so definitely it was near and dear to my heart, around just making sure that folks in the East Bay, particularly who were impacted by that horrible disease, had the services and the focus, attention that they needed. So um, spent some years on the board of AIDS Project of the East Bay.
Mhm.
And then, of course, my home church, City of Refuge, near and dear to my heart. Spent many years on the board of City of Refuge, just helping Bishop just kind of, drive her vision, because, her vision is powerful. And I'm so glad that, she has been longevity has been the focus of City Refuge, and the great programs that City Refuge has. Definitely um, proud to have been a part of helping those programs come to fruition. And
Yeah.
I think most recently was Living Jazz, which is an organization dedicated to providing, for the most part, their focus is providing services, musical services, to underserved communities, youth in the East Bay. And so, really, really, really blessed to have been part of that board. I just rolled off of that board last month, after several years of being on that board
Mhm.
as a board member, and also as co-chair of the board for a number of years, and then a few years, and then rolled off of that board in July, and then recently was elected to the San Francisco chapter of the Recording Academy, which everybody knows is the Grammys.
Mhm.
So I'm excited about that. Really, yes, I'm very excited about that. Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And really excited about the direction that Recording Academy is going around DEI and some of the things that matter, and globally what they're doing. So always try to stay kind of connected to the pulse of the community,
Mhm.
and what's going to, really help serve our community, and really be a voice for the ways in which our community is moving. And, post COVID, in terms of the artist world, it's challenging. It's
Yeah.
challenging post COVID, both from the seats of artists and musicians who are out there trying to make a living from a promoter. I mean, it's getting better. Folks are getting more comfortable coming out to live music, but it's definitely not like it was pre-COVID, where
Mhm.
I could announce a show and 45 days later it's sold out.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
now it's, we sell out the week of. And that has never been the case before. But
yeah,
folks are still getting comfortable with coming out and being in close spaces, to
yes.
listening to live music.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. If you'd have a sip of your coffee, I do some housekeeping over here, and we'll be back with more wonderful conversation with Joi Rhone. Do me a favor, y'all. Continue to connect, follow, like, and subscribe. Head over to our Facebook and Instagram pages and Inspire with Sue W. Listen, I'm trying to get those numbers up. I want to thank all of you who have followed me on Cara Solutions LLC. But Inspire, it's while connected to Cara Solutions, it is its own brand. And so want to get those numbers up. So please do me a great big favor and follow us on Facebook and on Instagram and Inspire with Sue W. You can also head over to our website. Head over to our website to find out all about Inspire, more information about me. You can watch previous episodes and read our guest spotlight on the website. You can also subscribe to our newsletters. Some wonderful things happening in the future for Inspire, and don't want you to miss it, right? So please head over to our website at www.getinspired.live to find out all about that and to subscribe to our newsletter. As always, you can listen later on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We're Inspired with Sue on all of those platforms. And if you or someone you know is on a mission to create change while inspiring others to do the same, we do want to hear from you. We want to invite you to join us in a future conversation, right? On a future episode of Inspire. So again, you can visit us at www.getinspired.live. You can book your appearance right on the website. You can book your appearance right on that website, fill out the intake form, and we will get back to you to have you on the show. And before we go back to conversation with Joi, listen, I gotta lift up my sibling, Yanni, Pastor Yanni, the peace pastor, however you know Yanni. Yanni needs a kidney. Yanni needs a kidney donor. And so she's in search of potential donors that are fairly healthy, have the blood types A or O, and also have the courage to commit to surgery and help save her life. And she would love to share the safety measures with you. For more information, you can email her at peacepeopleinc at gmail.com. That's a way to contact her and her family directly. You could also head over to emerylivingdonor.org, emerylivingdonor.org, and fill out that survey form that's on the site and enter her name. Her name is Ayana Davis. Ayana Davis. Listen, let's gather in community. Let's push this. Let's talk to people. I'm going to make sure that there's a link to that in the chat later on. Share it. If you know someone, or if you are interested, or you know somebody that would be interested. I know it's a big deal. To give up a kidney. But she is looking, and her community is helping her to find one. So again, you can, for more information, email peacepeopleinc at gmail.com. If you have resources, if you happen to be watching or listening and you know a resource, please send it to her, right? Peacepeopleinc at gmail.com. Or you can also head over to emerylivingdonor.org, fill out that survey, and enter her name, Ayana Davis. We are going to help her get her kidney. All right, we're getting ready to come back with some more conversation with Joi Rhone. Welcome back, Joi. Thank you again for joining us today.
No, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was just touched by the announcement for Yanni. I'm going to definitely share that out. And I know Pastor Yanni and love her. And
Yeah.
yeah, we need to make that happen for her.
We
So
need to make it happen. Yeah,
thank you for that announcement. And yeah,
yeah, yeah. We got to do it. She is part of us, right?
yes,
She's part
yes,
of us. She's part of this community,
yeah,
and she's been putting the posts out there. She's been you
yeah.
know, advocating for herself,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
as the village that she's a part of, we should also be advocating for on her behalf,
Absolutely,
that
absolutely,
she gets what she needs, that she gets what she needs. So,
yes,
and we, of
yes,
course, we are praying for her
absolutely,
as she battles this.
yeah, absolutely.
So, looking back on at your journey, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
all those graphics that we showed earlier from 2015 to 2024, what has been one of your proudest moments?
Oh my goodness, I don't even have to even think about that one. So for many years, so Bishop B. Vet Flunder is my bishop, my pastor, but she's also family, probably one of the closest people to me. Um, and so for many years, I had been talking to her about, you need to record, you need to do something, and she loves to sing, she
Yes.
loves to sing. Um, but it was like, it was always like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. And so I said, okay, so let's talk about a Yoshi show. I said, and we're gonna make it effortless for you. We're gonna
Mm,
work. You give us the songs you want, really. You just have one rehearsal and we do the show. So finally, after years of pulling at her, she finally said, okay, 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 fine. We scheduled the show, and then COVID hit.
mhm.
The first show sold out in weeks, and we had added a second show. I mean, that's how everybody was like, oh my God. And it was called, A Different Side of Bishop, because she was doing some gospel, some
Mhm.
R&B, some jazz. She pulled from artists that she loved and grew up with, and it was just going to be phenomenal. So COVID hit, and we waited until COVID kind of lifted, and we redid it. So um, that show was probably the show that I just when I look back over the years, is the show that I'm most proud of. Um, I think the most amazing part of it was watching her just on stage, and just and afterwards she just said that was so much fun. So I said, really? I said, because we're gonna do it again. So um, so we did it again this Easter Sunday, past Easter Sunday. And I think one of the other memorable moments was, there's a local artist here called Lauren Adams, and
Mhm.
she does, and is also the worship leader at a church in Berkeley here with Pastor Mike. But she is a phenomenal artist and phenomenal spoken word, and she had done a song, kind of like a mashup of Bishop's "Thank You, Lord," and so we put them together with Solorn kind of opening the song, and I'll get you the clip of that.
Yeah.
Solorn opening the song, and then Bishop coming in with "Thank You, Lord," and it was just amazing. So that for me is the most is the 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 event that I will remember and be forever grateful. I think the other one, because there are two, um,
Mhm.
my partner Nona Brown is a breast cancer survivor, and I was the executive producer on a um, documentary that she did, which featured four women in the music industry who have both been impacted by breast cancer. And the documentary is called "It Takes a Miracle."
Mm.
Sounds of survivors. And we weaved in their testimonies and their experiences with their music. And then Nona also wrote a song. And that was I think that was one of the other most powerful pieces of my journey as part of as Joy Rhone presents.
Wow, wow, wow. When you said Bishop said that was so much fun, I heard her voice.
Yes, 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 yes. And we're still, we recorded both of those events. We're going to figure out what we're going to do in terms of distribution. Um,
Hmm.
we'll definitely have the highlight reels from both events up soon,
Yeah,
and so
yeah, yeah.
folks who weren't in the room can experience it. And I would love to. I mean, Bishop is the kind of artist that I would love to, take it around to the city wineries, and just kind of drag her from city to city to city. But if you know my Bishop, that's going to take some work to get her
Yeah,
to
that that
agree to that. But I can put it into the atmosphere. So
right, 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 right. Are you listening, Bishop?
right, right, right.
What would you say inspires you the most in both in
Mm,
your personal life or in your professional career? What
mhm.
inspires you? Um, what fuels? What sparks your creativity?
I mean, I would have to say, my parents who are both, ancestors now, um, were just definitely the backbone of, my mother was the epitome of gentleness, kindness, and just that's who she was. And so, I get that side of me from her. That my father was the consummate businessman. He was always
Mhm,
like, do this, do this, do this, do this. So, I think the two of them combined are what fuel me and what inspire me. When I can always hear them, in my mind, in my head, when something happens and when I accomplish something, I can always hear them, particularly my father. Go on, girl. Go on, go on. That I can hear them. I can hear him saying it. In my mind, and so both of them definitely inspire me. I come from
mhm,
a long line of just strong Black women and a long line of incredible business people. So both of those
mhm.
definitely together, definitely fuel me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing. And so I read in your bio as well that you're launching a podcast, Joy in the
Yes,
Morning.
whew,
Listen,
that
I
podcast
love
is
the name. Tell us about it.
that podcast has been what? How do you say it? How do the old folks say? Long coming.
It's
So it's um, and so the hope is the desire is to have a podcast that focuses on music, spirituality, some current events, um, but really more. If I had to say what is mostly focused on, it would be music because that's my
Mhm.
passion,
Yeah.
and really talk about what's happening with artists. Really lend some wisdom around business aspects of music and how important it is to have that shored up, how important it is to, if you're an artist, have life insurance, have health insurance,
Yeah.
things that are so critical. How important it is to make sure that your legal documentation is in order. That you're trying to make sure that you know where all your coins are coming from. If
Yeah.
you distribute some music, make sure you're getting your coins for what you distributed. Um, so a combination of all that, music, spirituality, and current events. And
Mhm.
so it's been it's with everything else. You have so many things on your plate. It's like, okay, I mean, I have, I mean, that my dear friend Kim Mason in Atlanta, the logo is done. It's like it's on me to, like, okay, sit down, do this, plan this out, launch it. um but I'm a perfectionist, so it's like, no, but that's not quite done yet. No, but that's not quite done yet. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me.
Definitely that we look forward to Joy in the Morning. We look forward to, and anything that I can do to help make sure that comes to fruition sooner than later.
All right,
We'll
sis. All
talk about
right.
it.
All
Listen,
right. 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 Yes. 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 Yes.
so we will talk about it. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite artist, or is there a favorite song And if you have a favorite song, why? Why that particular song?
Oh, I have a favorite song, and it's Shirley Horn's "Here's to Life."
Mm,
Um, I love the way my sister Anita Wilson, her rendition of it. And so it's just "Here's to Life." The words are just powerful. All the joy it brings. So here's to life. So that would definitely be, if I had to name a song that's my most favorite song, it would be that "Here's to Life."
here's the life. I have to find the what you said, the Anita.
Anita Wilson. Mm.
I wanna let's see if let's see if I can find it. I want to put the link.
Yes, I got to text Anita and say, "Girl, you gonna get some downloads." So that's from me. So
So I'm putting that link right now inside of the chat. All right, that link's in the chat, y'all. So go ahead and take a listen. Hey, Bishop Bonnie, it's so good to see you. I saw
hey, Bishop
I saw you
Bonnie.
pop in, and I see Sandra and Latanya. Latanya, I'm so sorry that you had an issue finding it on Instagram. It's under my page on Instagram. Um, but you also know that you can find it on my page on Facebook or even our YouTube channel. So I'm sorry that you had an issue finding us this morning, but you were here now. You were here now, and you could always catch stuff in the replay. Bishop said Anita did an amazing job with that song. So yeah, it's
That's
in the
right.
chat,
That's
y'all.
right,
Go
Bishop Bonnie.
ahead,
That's right, Bishop Bonnie.
go ahead and take a listen to it. So it is National Wellness Month. It's also
Mm-hmm.
Black Business Month, Black Owned Business
Mm-hmm.
Month, and National Wellness Month. How do
Yes.
you take care of your wellness, Joy?
Ooh,
How do you
we.
prioritize self care, Joy? What do you do? Help
Oh
us
no,
today.
I'm serious about self care. And you ask my friends, they will tell you I don't have a problem perching on the couch and watching TV and with my feet up, and I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm intentional about making time for time away. And I'm intentional about when I'm away that I'm intentional about not doing work. And so I'm getting better at making those, at scheduling those times more frequently. But for me, wellness is, a week in Hawaii, by the
Mm-hmm.
water. That's the water is I love the water. So if I could spend every vacation by the water on the water, that's what I would do. And so I'm very intentional about, even if I can't get to Hawaii in a week in Hawaii, just taking a day down. And, my relaxation is really on the couch, watching my soap operas, Young and the Restless, and catching up on those, and then watching, Lifetime TV or Netflix. I mean, that's my relaxation. That's my
Yeah.
relaxation.
Yeah. And I appreciate, it's difficult for some of us to take time to relax.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate knowing that just, hey, sitting on the couch and binge watching some TV, that could
Yeah.
be good
Yeah.
self-care too.
It is self care. That is self
Yeah,
care. Yeah.
yeah. Any, because we're getting ready to close.
Uh oh.
Um,
That went
did that
fast.
hour go fast?
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
That went rather quickly,
It
and it
did. Oh
always
my
goes
goodness.
quickly when the conversation is so good. So thank you. Any words of affirmation or advice, just in general, or specifically for those who may be interested in going into artist management or event management? What words would you have for them as we close out?
Yeah, I mean, I guess three things. I want to make sure I capture this. So first, before I even answer that question, is just to thank you for the invitation. This has been amazing and awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you are doing. Thank you for the level of excellence in which you do it, because it is a level beyond most people. So thank you for that, and thank you for just being in the world the way in which you're in the world. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you. I love you, and
I love you.
thank you for that. Um, so, what advice would I give? I mean, just in general, I would say that life is short. You know, for most of us, we have less years ahead of us than behind us.
Yes.
And I would say my advice would be to be intentional about how you spend that time, and to find the things that bring you joy. Because the things that bring you joy will be the things and the places in which you need to be in the world. So hold on to those. Make sure that I see so many um, posts about people who don't have life insurance, health insurance. So my plug right now is um, there are so many avenues for that to happen. You know, don't make the mistake of thinking that you're going to live until 105. Maybe you will,
Mhm.
but more than likely you won't. So make sure that your loved ones and your family aren't bridled with trying to figure out what to do after you become an ancestor. So get yourself some health insurance, get yourself some life insurance, even if it's something as simple as a burial policy. And I'm
Mhm.
not advocating that for any one company. I'm just saying get it done. Get it done. Um, and then live life. Really live life. Live life. Life is short. Life is short. So, and surround yourself. Here's the final thing: surround yourself with people who also enhance the peace in your life. If it ain't peaceful, you already know. You already know. If it's not peaceful, exit stage right.
Yeah.
Life is too
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is short. Live your life. We need
Live your
that on a
life.
t-shirt.
Ooh, okay. There we go. There we go.
We need that on a t-shirt. Live your life. Live
Live
your
your life.
life. Woo! That yeah.
Yes.
I'll be the first one to buy that t-shirt too. Live your life.
Yes.
What's next for you and where can the people find you?
Oh my goodness. So next is we're doing another event in Walnut Creek at the Lesher Center with a brother who I just love. His name is Tunde Lasode. And from Africa, but he's here. A worship artist, saxophonist. We did a show a few months ago, sold out. We're doing it again, and he's added ballet into it. Worship ballet. So we're doing that October 18th. Um, so many other things. Brown Sturgis and Brown is at Monterey Jazz Festival, doing the gospel show with Tammy Hall. That's September 29th or 30th, whatever that Sunday is. Um, let's see, Nona Brown is in Las Vegas with the Blues Bender Festival. That's September 5th through 9th. I mean, so the artist Akela is doing something uh, August, September 12th, I think it is, in Baltimore. So everybody's busy. Brown Sturgis and Brown is working on finishing up their project. So a lot of work happening, and which is a shout out to my baby brother Joi Rhone. He's the producer and the writer of many of the songs. People talk about me, but he really was the one who was in the business first, writing songs for Tony, MC Hammer. I mean, he's really the one. But anyways, I'm excited that he's he and his partner are producing the Brown Sturgis and Brown project. So stay tuned for that. I think Nona is getting ready to do an acoustic project, so that's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
lots of stuff in the hopper. Lots of stuff in the
yeah.
hopper.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being here today. And listen, y'all, if you want more information, head over to www.joyrhonepresents.com. Go also find Joy on social media at Joi Rhone Presents. So just type Joi Rhone Presents and you will find her.
That's right. That's right.
Make sure that you like, that you follow, that you connect so that you're not missing any of the amazing things that Joy is doing. Joy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you so much. Thank you so
I
much. Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you so
you.
much. This was fun. This was
Um,
fun.
yes, it was fun, and I look forward to having you back again soon.
Sounds good. You let me know. You let me
I
know.
will. I will. Hey, y'all. Thank you again for joining us. Those of you who have joined us on social media, who will catch us in the replay, who will listen on audio. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are what you are who makes inspire what it is. Inspire wouldn't exist without all of your support. So I thank you. I want to make sure that you plan to join me again next week. And until then, I want you to stay lifted. I want you to stay motivated. Most of all, I want you to stay inspired. God bless you all, and I will see you next week.